This weekend, women from all over will be gathering in Springfield for the Beyond the Limits Women's Conference, sponsored by the Western Massachusetts chapter of SCORE, the nation's largest volunteer business counseling service. The conference is designed to help give women entrepreneurs the tools, guidance, and advice needed to start and grow their businesses. Carolee McGrath sat down with event organizer to learn more.
So the conference is sponsored by SCORE, and SCORE is a national organization. There are over 300 chapters across the country. This is the Western Mass chapter, and it serves out of 7 locations throughout Western Mass, serving Berkshire, Hampshire, and Franklin counties, so all over Western Massachusetts. They're hosting their first ever women's conference this year by means of a national grant. They were awarded grant money from the national organization for programming and educational programs specifically for women entrepreneurs.
Okay, and so women come, they have this idea, they want to start up a business, and this is something that can really kind of walk them through the process, because I think a lot of people, might have these like great ideas, but are so overwhelmed at the thought of financing and marketing that they're like, maybe next year. So what does this conference do?
Well, so this conference is intended to be a greater part of SCORE membership. So SCORE is a free organization of folks from men and women from across Western Massachusetts can join. And what SCORE does is they offer free business counseling. So when folks are anxious about making those decisions, how do I start my business? What's my platform? How do I build a pitch? I've never been an entrepreneur before. They're connected with a mentor who is, a subject matter expert in that area, someone who is a successful business owner, a successful entrepreneur. They're paired one-on-one with that person who meets with them regularly, can help them make those business decisions. So SCORE presents a greater opportunity for, like I said, free counseling, which is just an outstanding opportunity. And so as a part of that experience, anyone is welcome to our conference this Saturday, but the way that we've set up the conference is that we'll cover 3 areas primarily: finances, marketing, and organizational leadership. And so it's intended to mirror the setup that you would have for your business. So, right, a CFO, a CMO, and a COO. And our intent was to provide really practical experiences and workshops for all the attendees. It's one thing to go to a conference and hear inspirational and motivational speakers, and another thing to be able to walk out of that space or that room and really be able to apply the knowledge that you've learned.
Right, and have a to-do list, right? Okay, here's where I start. But let's talk a little bit about finance, okay? Sure. I guess obviously, and you had mentioned this, personal finance would be so important. Just getting all of that in order and credit score. Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So the way that we have set up our 3 tracks is that the first track of the breakout session will be more of a 101. So a basic introduction to finance, marketing, and organizational leadership. And then the second breakout is a deeper dive into that subject. So when we're talking about finances specifically, and we have 2 different banks that we'll be working with to sponsor the conference, the 101 session, shall we call it, for finance, is all about getting your personal finances in order. So we're going to be talking about credit scores, what a credit score is and what it means, how you can affect, improve, or change your credit score, how to manage your loan payments, things like that. So when you're looking to take a financial risk in starting your own business, if you have any personal capital invested, you want to make sure that your personal finances are secure. And so that's why our 101 session, which is going to be facilitated by the UMass 5 College Credit Union, they'll be facilitating that session. So we're thrilled to have them.
And when you talk about marketing too, like you could have somebody who's just the best baker ever and makes the most beautiful cakes that could be on TV in one of those shows. Yes. But if you can't get the word out there, nobody's going to buy them. So, that's a huge component.
Absolutely.
For a small business.
Absolutely. So in our marketing session, like I said, we have our 101 and our kind of 201. The 101 is going to talk about the development of your personal brand. Not all of us have an expansive network in the field that we're trying to get into. So in building our own personal brand, that's going to help our entrepreneurs really establish who their target audience is, what message they're trying to deliver. And you hear a lot of talk about your pitch, right? So it's starting to develop our pitch, right? Your elevator speech, what that looks like on social media platforms, on LinkedIn. So getting them started, developing their brand, putting a lot of thought into what's that brand going to be. And so then the 201, again, it's a deeper dive. And so we're going to be talking about, what are the basics and best practices for small businesses using all these contemporary platforms. I think the most beneficial part to me is that the structure of the workshop is geared towards a small business owner. So we're not saying, go out and spend $1 million. See, right. That was really easy. Right. We're keeping in mind that the business owners we're working with have budgetary limitations, have
Families.
families, time limitations, right? We have a significant number of solopreneurs who are both the CFO, the COO, the CMO, the delivery man, right? That are playing all these roles at once. So the workshop is cognizant of that and the demands on these folks' time and their budget. So it's intended, like I said, to be very practical and to help support their business as it is. Being a small business, this might be a family-run business where it's a mom and pop shop, and that makes up your entire executive board. So we're keeping that in mind as well.
And I would think social media too now just changes the game so much for people, especially if you're going out on your own. Let's say you're the baker, or you're a crafter selling something. I mean, being able to connect with people. You said contemporary ways. That was a buzzword for new, like that. Back in the day you couldn't do that, but now you can reach so many more people with that messaging and your pitch, which is exciting as well.
Definitely. And I think one of the other benefits of being mindful of various social media platforms is that it allows the business owner to have a lot more control over their language, their marketing, how they brand things, how they're styling their marketing. Small businesses have a major advantage in that they no longer have to go out and identify a marketing firm to market and do sale. You can do that in-house. You can have interns, you can have folks on staff, and it doesn't take a significant amount of time, money, or effort once you know the tools and know how to use them. So it's all about being efficient, and that's what our small businesses need, the ability to be efficient with their time and money. That's what makes them grow.
And talk a little bit about the numbers of women opening up their own businesses. I'm hearing this is really a growing segment.
Yes, so women are the fastest growing group or identity of entrepreneurs. So every year there is a State of Women report that comes out that evaluates women in business. And so as of January 2017, 11.6 million women were business owners. So generating trillions of dollars of revenue, and Western Mass is not excluded from that number. We have a significant number of new businesses in Western Mass alone that have been opened by women entrepreneurs, and so we're definitely a part of that growth and seeing that growth across industries. So 25, 30 years ago, women entrepreneurs were really limited mostly to one or two sectors. We were seeing hair salons, nail salons, home care, child care. Now we're seeing a significant number of growth in women in technology. It's actually the third most popular market for women entrepreneurs. So I don't think that that's something we necessarily think about or would assume. There's all this education and dialogue going on now about women in STEM or educating young girls in STEM, but only now we're realizing, oh wow, those conversations are working because women are taking what they know in opening businesses in those fields.
And so this is not sold out. Give me the details on Saturday.
Yes,
it's coming
absolutely.
up.
So it's this Saturday, September 8th. It's happening from 8 to approximately 2 in the afternoon. It's at La Quinta Inn and Suites right here in Springfield. And you can register online. Like you said, we still have spots available, and we'd love to see you at scorebeyondthelimits.com.